Hello and good morning. Welcome to Leave It Love the channel. And in this one, I'm gonna talk about Nigeria. I'm gonna talk about Nigeria because I haven't been able to really talk about it because the spell is broken. The spell is broken. Once the spell breaks, it takes time for you to be able to talk about it. It takes time for you to remember like all the shit all the shit that happened, and it's like, oh my god, like all this shit happened, and it's like, and I'm just crying. These sirens are going off. The sirens been going off ever since I was like, I'll make this video, and the sirens keep going off. Hold on, I'm gonna just go because it's gonna continue. So this is the first one, but it's gonna continue throughout the video because I'm gonna be calling out. I'm gonna be telling you what the fuck had happened, right? What had happened? What had happened was, it's like I'm into Ifa, but I was into Santeria first. I was into Santeria, and I had my godfather here, my godfather Joselito here. But that's what I did. I would go to the tambores. The tambores is like it's like a gathering. Like we would all come together, and it was like they would be beating the drums. They would all in white. It was just a meeting. We would all get together, and it was just good energy. But that's Santeria. That's what I was into. And then in Santeria, I had to dress in white for like a year. A year dressed in white. And then to be initiated, just to be initiated, it took a year to do that. But and then my godfather's old, and he couldn't initiate me, and I wanted him to do it because he was the one that was teaching me. He was important part of my life and of the religion to me, for me. So, and then I had to tell him, oh, I'm going to go into Ifa. I had to tell him, like, I can't just not get initiated with him and just do something else and not tell the person that's teaching me what the hell I'm thinking and what I'm planning. So he was like, oh, you can get into it. You can get into Ifa. He's like, it's a beautiful religion. It's just like Santeria. But be careful. Be careful. He told me I'm gonna have a lot of opposition. I'm gonna have a lot of people coming against me. So I didn't know if it was because I'm Spanish, they're African American. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I didn't know what the opposition was gonna be like. But my godfather told me that, like, they're all gonna come for you. They're all gonna come for you, and you're gonna overcome it. Like, you're gonna be okay, but it's gonna be a lot of shit. This was years ago. He told me this. Before it happened, he told me this. My godfather was blind, but he could still read. Like, he could still see. He's blind, but he could still see. He could tell you what the hell is going on. That's my godfather. And so I started getting into Ifa, and I had a good babalao. Like, he was a good babalao, and he would teach me, and I would respect him. And it was like, a teacher and the student, and it was like I was just learning with him. He would help me. He would do things for me, but it was helping me. It was making my life better. Everything was good for me, and I was helping him too. What had happened? You start running your mouth, you tell your friends, whoever you start telling people to, they get jealous, they get mad. They wanted to take me away from him, but it's like I loved my person, like the babalao that I had. Like, he was doing everything. I wanted to be with him. Like, why would I ever leave him? He never did anything to me. Like, why would I ever leave? I would never leave. Would never leave this person. But this asshole, Abo Mexico, Ifa Colade, Ifa Nala is the family name. That's the family name. I can drop his name because he's a fucking asshole, and I don't care what happens to him. I don't care what the fuck happens to him. That he could fucking die. I could care less. But my person, I'm not gonna say his name because he's important to me. So I'm not gonna say his name. But the asshole that did all this shit to me, he could drop dead. Dead ass. That's how I really feel. That's how I really feel. Ever since I was away from my godfather, the Babalawo that was helping me, the good one, that's what I'll say, the good one, everything just went to shit. Like everything went bad. I had the Cash App. I had things. Once I left my Babalawo, my Cash App I was banned from Cash App. I can't use Cash App. I can't use Western Union. I can't use a whole bunch of other things to send money because Abo Mexico, Ifacolade is a scammer. He's a scammer. He's a thief. He's a fucking thief. He's probably known as a thief. You know, so then I'm sending him money and then my Cash App was blocked because I'm sending him money. So he must have some kind of red flag. He must have something wrong with him, you know, to show that I can't send money to whoever I'm sending to or I'm scamming. So they banned me from Cash App forever. That was the first sign, you know. And then I'm working. I'm working for the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I have a good job. I've been there for 15 years. I decided to quit my job. Quit my job. I'm 40 years old then. I'm 40. So this was when in 2020 I decided to quit my job. You know, but I was okay with it because I'm like, you know, I don't really like this job anyway. And then I go for another job and then I was terminated from that job. And I'm like, you know, how is this happening to me if I'm supposed to have a Babalawo that's supposed to help me and make my life better? So, and then it's like anytime I wanted to take money out of the machine, the money wouldn't come out, but it would say the money was dispersed, but there was no money coming out. Whenever I go to my account, I always have money out of the account. I had to close my account. It was fraudulent checks. It was just a whole bunch of fraud. Then Cash App, I had to pay like over $6,000 back to Cash App from all the money transactions that I'm doing, and then the money is unaccounted for. So it's like, where's this money coming from? Why are you getting this money? You have to pay taxes on the money. It was a lot of fucking money, and I had to pay like $6,000 in taxes for the money that was being transferred in Cash App. Whatever. That was that. The bank accounts are closed. I lost my job. I was terminated from another job. It was like everywhere I went, there was problems. Everywhere I went, there was arguments. Everywhere I went, I couldn't get a break. I couldn't get away from people. That's why I work online. I do YouTube. I don't deal with people. I'm not around people. Whenever I'm around people, they start doing black magic. They start doing stuff. I'm like, why the fuck people always coming for me? Like, I don't even do anything to anybody. I'm on my business and I don't do anything to anybody, but they always want to attack me. And it's just like, oh my God. All I could do was stay calm, not argue, not, you know, because people want to argue, they want to fight, they want something, and I had to learn not to argue, not to fight, not to get aggressive, not to get angry, not calm the fuck down, you know. I had to learn that. I had to learn to be like that, and I didn't have my Babalawo. Then it was just this Abo Mexico guy, and all he did was like ruin my whole life. Ruin my whole life. It's like he took all the money from me. Everything that good that was coming to me, it's like he just took it away, and all these bad things started happening to me because I was dealing with this Babalawo, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna help me, and that man never helped me. All he did was curse my life, and he started doing work on my children too. So, and then, you know, it's fucking weird, you know. He had people sending me money, thousands of dollars to send to him. The people would cry. They would cry and ask for the money back. They don't know why they sent this money. Like, they're just sending him this money because he did a spell on them to make them give him money. Like, this man don't even have a real job. He has no job. His job is to scam people. So he finds ways and he does spells to sit there and scam people. He scams his own people. He doesn't even care if they die. These people doing spells for him. They're doing death spells for him. They're doing chaos magic for him. You're not supposed to do black magic on people because it is a curse. You curse yourself. You curse your life. You curse your children. Death spells. Death ends up happening in your own life. I will make you, what's his fucking name? I will make you help Mexico. He has no, for everybody's dead in his family. Why is everybody dead? Because he done did so many death spells on people in his family die. Whoever's close to him, they fucking die. Like, I don't know how many years this man has been doing this stuff and nobody has ever said anything about him doing the black magic. Why nobody says anything? Because he's doing spells on these people so they don't say shit. Because it took me a long time just to even mention this little motherfucker's name. It took me a long time just to say his name. I couldn't even say his fucking name. I couldn't talk about Nigeria. I couldn't talk about anything. The spell broke. I've been cleansing myself. I've been doing the salt baths. I've been doing the rinse. I've been doing the return to senders. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to clear this shit out. I've been trying to break this fucking spell because I'm like, yo, this is a spell. I know this is a spell. Like, you know, you can't prove anything because it's spiritual. It's all spiritual. So you can't see it. You can't prove it. But I know what this is. I know what this is. Chaos was all around me for years. I always had problems wherever I went. Damn. Chaos. It was money spells. It was I'm alone. I'm single because he did a fucking spell to keep me single. That's why I'm single. I should not be single. But this little piece of shit is doing spells. I'm like, yo, and then you're not even in the USA. You're in fucking Nigeria and you sitting here fucking with me. Like, you don't even know me. You don't know anything about me. You don't know none of my you don't know shit about me. But you want to sit there and you want to fuck with me. Like, okay, you know, it's whatever. I say I'm a witch. I say that. My family is all, they're all the same. They all do shit, you know? We're not supposed to tell anyone. You're not supposed to tell anyone who you are. Because once you tell people who you are, then they're gonna come for you. That's how I was raised. So you don't tell nobody where you come from. You don't tell anybody that you're a witch. You don't say nothing. You let people do what they do, you know? People are going to do death spells. They're going to do death spells on you. I'm like, why would anybody do a death spell on me? Like, I have all these friends. I go everywhere. I do everything. I'm out. I am outside. I'm like, nobody would ever do anything like that to me. And then the only way you're going to know who's doing the spell is because somebody's going to die in their family. That's how I was born. That's how I was raised. I was taught to pay fucking attention to the people that die, people that are dead, how they die. Pay attention to the family. How fucked up is the family? Or is their family, or is everybody dead? If everybody's dead, it's because they're doing death spells. Somebody in that family is doing death spells and people die. That's why they die like that. I was born like that. I was raised like that. I was raised to look at your fucking family like that. Don't attach yourself to nobody that's fucked up. Don't attach yourself to somebody that has a lot of problems and chaos all around them. Because whatever problems they have, by you being with them, you're going to get there. You're going to pick that up. You're going to end up having all these kind of problems. All this stuff is going to start happening to you. Why? It's because of who you're attached to. So you can't attach yourself to somebody that got a whole bunch of problems. I was taught that, you know, when you're in a relationship with someone, you can't marry or be with anybody that has problems. Like, they got a whole bunch of shit going on. You don't want to attach yourself to somebody's family that got a whole bunch of shit going on. They got a whole bunch of shit going on, then you're going to have a whole bunch of shit going on because you're attached to that family. So you have to get away. You have to get away. I was brought up like that. But and then you're not supposed to tell anyone who you are because they're going to get mad. They're going to get mad. Once they know who you are and they know that you have fucking gifts or you have, or you're a witch. They either won't believe you, or they're gonna get mad, or they're gonna test you, and they're gonna do stuff to you just to see if you're really a witch, right? The work doesn't work. I think the work used to work because it wasn't involved. Like I wasn't in it. I wasn't doing it. But I always did cleansing, but I don't do work. I don't do no work. I don't do no work on no one, because how I was brought up, when you do black magic, the black magic is going to curse you. It's going to curse your children. If you do anything to anyone, it is going to curse you. So don't ever do black magic. That's my family. My family told me that. You don't eat from people. You don't go to people's house and you don't eat their food. You don't take nothing from them. You bring your own water. I was brought up like I always have my own water. I always I always have my own water. I don't go anywhere without my own shit. If I won't eat in your house. I won't do no. I'm not doing none of that, because I was brought up. People put shit in your food, so you don't eat from people. It's out of habit. It's out of habit. If I eat from you, it's because I trusted you, you know. But I don't eat from nobody. I'm so like careful with myself and my body, uh, you know. And gift giving, people give you gifts. You don't accept the gift with your right hand. Somebody's giving you something, you don't take it with your right. You take it with your left hand. The left hand blocks the curse. It's not going to curse you. So you take it with your left and you put it wherever you're going to put it, you know. But when you take it with your right hand, it's like you're accepting it. I was brought up like that. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. I was brought up like that, you know. But this man, Abo Mexico, he didn't know none of this shit. He didn't know anything about how I was brought up. Cause we were never really friends. We was never really friends. Like he was just somebody that just wanted money out of me. Anytime he wanted money out of me, I'm the one he's calling because he wants money. We were never friends. I never really liked him. He looked like a little boy. He's little and short and tiny, and he was always trying to be popular. I would see him trying to be something that he's not. He's a babalao. He says he's a babalao. You're not supposed to be angry when you're reading your oracle or you're reading your Ifa tablet, the circle thing with the dirt and things like that. You're not supposed to be angry. You're not supposed to be screaming and yelling. You're not supposed to be angry. I would see his face and he's angry and he's screaming and he's yelling at the Ifa. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It's an enchantment. An enchantment for me is a curse. That's a curse. It's like, what are you reading? Oh, it's an enchantment. An enchantment, you know, he don't know I'm a fucking witch. So an enchantment is a fucking curse. It is a curse. You are cursing someone. Whatever you're doing, you're cursing someone, and then you're angry. And you're not supposed to be like that. Like when you're doing any kind of spiritual work, you're not supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be in a loving space. When you are angry, anger, that's the lowest vibration to be in. Those are the deadly sins: anger, hate, violence, wrath, jealousy, laziness. All that is low vibrational energy. Like you're not supposed to be in none of that kind of energy. And then if you're a spiritual person, you're supposed to be a high vibrational person. You're not supposed to be causing harm onto people. You're supposed to be helping people. You're supposed to be positive, in a good place, in a good state of mind. This little man, Mexico, is not a good person. He's evil, he's mean, he's wicked, he's cruel, he's an awful human being. I was supposed to go to Nigeria to be initiated. What he had planned to do was to rob me in Mexico. No, rob me in Nigeria. And I felt he wanted to leave me for dead. Leave me for dead. That's how I felt. I didn't feel safe. And I was afraid to go to Nigeria because of all the shit that was happening to me. And then I kept getting my warnings of don't deal with this person. When I lost my job, my money was all fucked up. Like, I stopped dealing with this person. I'm like, yo, Babalao is not supposed to make my life worse. My life is supposed to be getting better. And my life was worse because of this man, Abo Mexico. So then I go and I find another Babalao. The Babalao was not important. The Babalao, it wasn't even a long time. It was a couple of months. And then I'm talking to him and I'm telling him all the stuff that Abo Mexico did. And I'm crying to this guy, telling him all the shit that he did. And then he was doing the same shit that Abo Mexico did. Like, he didn't give a fuck about me either. Like, none of them ever gave a fuck about me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why is everybody treating me like this? And then it's like, because he did a fucking spell. I'm like, this little motherfucker did a fucking spell and he's playing in black magic. And then I thought Ifa was black magic because all the Babalaos that I met was doing black magic on me. They were trying to hurt me. They were trying to harm. They were doing shit to me. And I'm like, yo, why is everybody doing this to me? And it was because I was Mexico. And the whole thing happened was because he was jealous of the good Babalao. He was jealous of him. He was jealous of him and he wanted to take everything away from that Babalao. That's how everything started, because he was jealous. I was like, why can't you mind your fucking business and do what you do with somebody else? Why you want to play with somebody's life? Like, this little man, Abo Mexico, played with my life. And he played with the good Babalao. He played with his life too. So it's like, I'm not the only one. He affected my life, he affected his life, and he affected everybody in his town, in his village. He affected every fucking body. He didn't care about anybody. He didn't care about the people in his community. He did not care about the people in his country, in Nigeria. He did not care about the religion. He did not care about the religion because he made people believe that Ifa was bad, that Ifa is black magic. He made people believe that because that's all this little man did. All he did was black magic, and he would curse people and he would ruin people's lives. And a lot of people are already dead, you know. I can talk about this now because the spell is broken. The spell is broken. And I couldn't talk about it. I could never talk about it. Why do I know about black magic so fucking much? It's because I had to live in darkness for years and I had to cleanse myself. I had to protect myself, and I never wanted to be like them. I was like, I don't want to be like them. And I would have to heal myself. I would go in nature. I would go to the beach. I always go to the beach. Salt water is healing. Salt water removes the negative energies. The sun heals you. So I would sit in the beach. I would lay in the sun. I would put my feet in the sand. I would get in the water. All of that is healing me. Like, you think it's just the beach. Like, you just go into the beach. Oh, you just want to have a good time. Nah, like, it's actually doing something for me spiritually. But whatever you see is not what you think it is. There's always more to it. You know, I'll hug a tree. I'll go to the park. I'll sit on the grass. I'll stare at the moon. All of that is spiritual. It's a connection. You are connecting. You are healing yourself, you know? Ifa was an important part of my life. Ifa was a big part of my life. Ifa was all I wanted to do. That was what I believed in. Like, I wanted to be initiated. Like, it was just such an important part of my life, and I was devastated. I was disappointed. I was crushed because I didn't have my religion. Like, I didn't have it, and I didn't have anyone I could trust. I didn't have anyone I could talk to. There was no one that was there for me, and I didn't have my person. My godfather passed away. Damn. My godfather passed away, and then I had to learn how to be okay by myself. I had to learn to cleanse myself by myself. I had to learn all this shit by myself, but it was because I was put in a dark place by a jealous little man. A jealous little man. And it's like, yo, it's not fucking safe for you to ever cross my path, because we're gonna fight. Like, it's gonna get physical. It's gonna get physical. Why is it like that? I'm never like that. I'm peaceful. I'm nice. I'm loving. I'm caring. I'm kind. I'm giving. But why do I feel like that with this little man? It's because he's doing love spells. That's why you feel like that. Love spells are black magic. Love spells don't always work. When a love spell backfires, it will make the person hate you. The person will hate you. They have no love for you. You can't do a love spell on a person that has no love for you. They have no love for you. You can't do a love spell on them because they're going to hate you. They will kill you. They will kill you if you were put in front of the person. Something bad is going to happen, and it's not safe for that person. You know, God knows what is going on. I'm in the USA, and this little man is in Nigeria. He's in Nigeria and he's doing all his shit, and nobody's saying nothing. Everybody act like he's a good person, like he's a real Babalao. He's not a real Babalao. He is fake. He plays in black magic, and he does black magic to everyone that is in Nigeria, so that nobody says anything. Everyone is afraid of him because they're scared he's gonna do more black magic on him. You know, black magic on them. A person is blessed with gifts. When you're blessed with gifts, you're supposed to do good with those gifts. When you decide to do evil with the gifts get taken away. You get those gifts stripped away, and you lose God's protection. You're protected by God. You know, you're calling on all these demons and you're doing all this shit to people, and you forgot God. Like, you forgot God is real. God is real. And it's like, how you gonna forget God? Like, God is looking at everything that they're doing and waiting to see if this person is ever gonna stop. Are they ever gonna change? Evil people never change. They always stay the same. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, this little man is gonna stay like this for the rest of his life. He's gonna stay like that, or he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Karma's gonna come. Karma's gonna get him. All the shit that he did to everybody is gonna come back to him all at the same time. He tried to contact me. He's contacting me after he did all this shit to me. He wants to contact me like nothing happened. Like, I don't know he's doing black magic. Like, I know you're doing black magic on me. I know you did all this shit to me, and you should not be communicating or even trying to speak to me. The bastard is like, I'm his wife. I'm your wife. What? Like, he done lost his fucking mind. You know, all the black magic that made him crazy, because I'm like, there's no way in hell you could ever associate yourself with me. We will never be friends. We will never be friends. This man has pictures of me. He has pictures of my daughter. He's just doing black magic. Everything is gonna go back to him. I rebuke everything. I do return to senders every day. Every single day. I cleanse myself every day. And it's like, I'm not gonna be fucked up. I wanted this spell to break. I wanted this spell to break for so long. For so long. And the first person I went to, the first person that I looked for was my person. Because that was the only person that was ever good to me. And I was like, I have to find my person. I have to find him. I have to tell him. You know? But the spell breaks. When a spell breaks, it takes time. Nothing is gonna it's not gonna happen right away. Your memories are not gonna come back right away. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for the memories to come back. Some things are gonna trigger you. They're gonna trigger you, and that's how you'll remember. When you get triggered, you're gonna remember shit. You're gonna be like, "Oh my god, like all this shit, all this stuff happened, and I never talked about it." He would have me looking up black magic spells. I would look up spells for Agua Mexico, because in Nigeria, I don't think they could look up those kind of spells, black magic spells. He wanted black magic spells to summon demons and do evil shit to people. So he was summoning demons. I know he was summoning demons. And all he ever did was black magic. He never helped anyone. He never, Babalaos are supposed to help you. If you have a problem, they can solve it. They'll find a solution to the problem. There's a solution to there's a solution to every problem, you know. But this little man, all he ever did was cause problems. All he ever did was cause chaos, havoc, breakups. He did destruction. He just did a whole bunch of shit, and he made his own country. He made Nigeria look bad. Like he represented his country like everybody does black magic. People here do black magic. Oh, you don't want to get initiated here because they're going to do black magic on you. Oh, come here, get initiated, and they're going to go and sacrifice you for a money spell. Like, yo, that's what I thought. Like, they just want you to come to the country so they can go and sacrifice you and do money spells on you, so that, and nobody's going to know what happened. You'll just disappear. You know, travel to Nigeria, died, and nobody ever hears from you again. That's what I thought. I was scared to go to Nigeria, and I never talked about Nigeria. I deleted everyone that was a Babalao on my feed, on my Facebook, on everything, because I was like, they all the same. I only kept one or two Babalaos. Everyone else, I got rid of all of them. I was like, they're all scammers, hackers. They're all evil. They would hack devices, and I don't even know how they could do this. You know how? These people are evil. They are wicked. They are cruel. They are horrible people. And I'm like, how can you do this to your own people? Your own people in your own country. So even if I'm not African American, even if I'm not black, I'm not dark skinned, it's like you still doing the same shit to your own people. So you don't even care about your own people. You don't care about nobody. So it doesn't even matter the fucking color that I am. You know, it doesn't fucking matter, because you do this shit to everyone. It doesn't matter if it's a woman. It doesn't matter if it's a man. It doesn't matter if it's a child. If he feels he's gonna get something out of it, he's gonna do something to you. Money spells. He does money spells. He has fake accounts, and he posts what he does. He posts his rituals, his sacrifices. And I couldn't believe it. Like, he was sacrificing a whole cow. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't believe he was sacrificing a cow to do a money ritual. That is like illegal. I don't know if that's illegal. Like, you're not supposed to do money spells, because money spells take away from your future self. If you're not working, you're not doing anything, you're not establishing yourself, how are you going to have money? You can't steal other people's money forever. How are you going to have money if you don't know how to do anything for your fucking self? It's like the mentality. It's like, how can you be so dumb? Like, how can nobody teach you how to do things the right way? Like, how can you just steal, rob, and curse people, hex people, and do shit to people, and then you think that you're gonna have a good life? You really think that? Black magic is a curse. Death spells causes death in your own life. Chaos magic causes problems in your own life. Poverty spells causes poverty in your own life. You already poor. You're gonna make yourself more poor. You know, it's crazy. It causes mental instability. People go so crazy. They start drinking, they start smoking, they start getting on drugs because they done did so much shit to people. They don't know how to cope with life. So they end up using drugs. You know what? I just wanted to talk about the black magic because the black magic is all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know is black magic. I know when somebody doing some shit. I know when something is happening. Look, the candle, like this one, whoever was doing a spell, they were doing a spell. It's clearing up though. You know, it went out. I have to keep lighting it. Even if it goes out, I have to keep going. I have to keep lighting it. I have to let it go out all the way. When it goes out, whatever spell they did, it's gonna go back to them. It's gonna be bad for them. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know if they did a death spell. I don't know what they wanted. But the death spell's gonna go back to them. They can die. Someone they love can die. You know, that's the rule. Like, how you don't know the rules? That's why you're not supposed to play in this shit, because it's always gonna come back to you. It is always gonna curse you. Always. It's always gonna curse you. That's what black magic is. It is a curse. You curse your fucking self. You know, I do my return of senders. My nose keeps itching. I do my return of senders. I do these every day. I do these every day because it does return the energy back. It just returns the energy back. I pray. I pray. I talk to God. I thank God. I burn ancestor money. I talk to the ancestors. I be like, oh my God, you know what had happened, and the spell is broken. I tell the ancestors the spell is broken. Like, thank you. The fucking spell is broken. I can talk about this shit. I have my person. Like, even if we just friends, like, we just friends, but it's like I still have my person. Like, I have my person again, and I'm like okay, I have my person. Like, that's it. That's all I cared about. It's like, I have my person. Like, it's all right. It's not that bad. Like, it's bad, but it's not that bad. The spell is broken. That's all I can say. The spell is broken. Ifa is not a bad religion. It's a beautiful religion. My godfather told me, Tim, my godfather told me, like, Ifa's beautiful. It's a beautiful religion. You're gonna love the religion. It's beautiful. But he was like, be careful. Be careful. My godfather told me that. And he's like, you're gonna go through so much shit. You're gonna go through so much. And he knew he wasn't gonna be there for me. Like, he knew it. And he was like, the earth is gonna heal you. He's like, the earth is gonna, you're gonna be okay. But you have to be in the earth. You have to ground yourself. You have to be okay. He's like, because I'm not gonna be here. And he told me. It's like, alright. Everything he said, it happened. Everything. But I just wanted to talk about Nigeria because I haven't talked about it. I haven't talked about the religion or anything, but I was in it. Like, I was in it. Like, that's what I wanted to do with myself and my life. I wanted to be initiated. Like, it was just such a big part of my life. It was something that I wanted to do. And I just met awful people, terrible people. I met Abu Mexico, and he was the fucking worst. And he's the devil walking. That's the devil walking. That's the devil talking. That's the devil. That's the fucking devil. Everyone that he's around is a demon too. They all the fucking same. But the one Babalawo that was good to me, like, he was the only one that was ever. He was the only one that was good to me. Everyone else, it was bad. I'm gonna stop talking. But that is my story of Nigeria. That is my story of Ifa. That is why I am the way I am. That is why I talk about black magic. I talk about black magic because that's all I know. That's all I know. I do cleansings because I had to protect myself. I had to cleanse myself. I had to be okay. I had to be alive. I had to move forward, you know? The spell is broken. That's all I can say is the spell is broken. Anyone can break a spell. It just takes time. It takes time. It takes consistency. It's like dedication. Like, I'm gonna break this fucking spell. And I'm gonna talk to my person. And it took time. But it broke. And then it broke, and it took time for me to just be able to talk about it. Like, I still fucking cry about this shit and it's been years, and it still hurts, you know? Like, how can anybody do this to me? Like, why would you do this to me? I have grown, I have healed, I have evolved, and I am a better human being, and I can protect myself, I can defend myself. And if this little motherfucker dies, yo, I will be so happy if he drops dead. Anything happens to, I don't fucking care what happens to him. He is the worst person to ever represent Nigeria. That's the worst person to ever represent your country. Is our Mexico, Ifa Colade, Ifanala. Ifanala. That's his fucking name. Ifanala. That's the family name. And they all do the same shit. It's like, oh my God. Like, everybody does this shit. Everybody did this shit. Except my person. My person was a good person. He would never. Everybody else is like, oh my God. Oh my God. Leave with love. Leave with love. Stay positive. Vibe high. Not everybody is the same. Nigeria is not a bad country. It's not a bad country, but not everyone can be trusted. You can't trust everyone, and you have to have a good contact. If you're ever going to go there, you have to have a good contact, somebody that you can trust. Leave with love. Bye.